Hello everyone, welcome back to Current Gand. So today we'll discuss about how Prithvi Narayan Shah and the unification campaign was done by Prithvi Narayan Shah in Nepal. So Prithvi Narayan Shah was the son of Narbhupal Shah. He was born in 27th Pau 1779 in a Gorkha. So Prithvi Narayan Shah was the eminent king. Gorkha evolved as the estate of royal dynasty following the accession of Kshatriya king Dravyasa, Dravyasa, the son of the king of Lamjung, Yashovarma Shah, and to the throne of Gorkha in 2000 and 1660 BS. Only after the establishment of Gorkha, it became more powerful and organized than the same states of the east, Malla state of the Kathmandu Valley and Baishan Chaubisi state, and then it successfully conducted the unification campaign. Although some states were very powerful than the Gorkha, they had not become strong enough because of their crying for the help of politics of medieval periods. Gorkha had been using silkness diplomacy from the beginning. From the very beginning, the immediate kings of Dravya Shah, Ram Shah, Narbhupal Shah, and Prithvi Narayan Shah had ruled over this state. Although the efforts were made to unify the medieval period, in the medieval period, it was concluded only after the beginning of modern Nepal. So the establishment of friendly relations with Lamjung and Bhaktapur. So Prithvi Narayan Shah signed a treaty of friendship with the Lamjung before invading the Kathmandu Valley. It was agreed in the treaty that was signed in 1740 AD that there would be no aggressions to one another and each of them would fight unitedly if another country invades them. The succession of the Prithvi Narayan Shah to sign the Treaty of Friendships with the neighboring enemy states made this plan to invade the valley moved ahead smoothly. So similarly, he had friendly established a friendly relationship with another neighboring country by maintaining the friendship with Veera Narasimha Malla, the son of the king of Bhaktapur of Ranjit Malla. So what he did, the invasion to the Nuwakot and victory. So we'll discuss about this. The Prithvi Narayan Shah invaded Nuwakot in 1743 AD. At the time, the Nuwakot was under the control of Jai Prakash Malla, the king of Kathmandu, and they had better and modern weapons than that of Gorkhalis. Thus, invasion of Prithvi Narayan Shah to the Nuwakot got foiled. Thus, the second time in 25th September in 1744 AD, these Gorkha soldiers crossed the Trishuli river early in the morning and attacked the highest point of the Nuwakot. Mahamandal from the two sides and took control over the Nuwakot. During this, Prithvi Narayan Shah conquered over the Belkot too. Attempt to embargo the valley. Before the invading the valley directly, at the attempt was made to cordon it from all the sides. In course of this, the Gorkha had to fight with the state of Kathmandu and Lamjung. After the plan of Prithvi Narayan Shah to impose an embargo on the Kathmandu valley from the northwest and south had become the almost successful, it was necessary to impose an embargo from the east of the valley as well. In course of this, Harivansa Upadhyay, the Kalidas Khadka and Ramakrishna uh, Kanwar invaded and conquered the seven villages: Dodikhel, uh, Khadpu, Chaukot, Panauti, Banepa, Nala and Sangha etc. on the 23rd October 1763 AD. Farping came under the control of Gorkha without any battle, and in 2nd November 1763 Kathmandu Valley was then crowned from the east too. Prithvi Narayan Shah crowned Kathmandu Valley all sides and totally banned the entry of salt, cotton, foodstuff and other things. So the Battle of Siranchok Fort in May 1755 AD, the joint army of Chaubisi state crossing the Chipe rivers and attacked the Siranchok fort under the leadership of Kalu Pandey. The Gorkha army marched towards the Siranchok to counter-attack the invaders. There was a fringe fighting between the soldiers of both sides. Then occurs many casualties on the both sides. Gorkhali troops finally won the battle. So the treaty was treaty between Gorkha and Kathmandu. So we'll discuss this. Although the Kerung and Kunti, the major points of the trade with the Tibet were under the control of Gorkha, Gorkha had not been able to take much advantage of the trade. So it was necessary to sign a treaty with the Kathmandu even for discording among the kings of the Kathmandu Valley. Therefore, it was mentioned in the treaty done with the Kathmandu in 1758 AD that both the countries will take the advantage of the trade down with the Tibet. So the victory over Makwanpur. So Gorakhpur achieved a victory over Makwanpur at the ninth Bhadau 1819 BS. At the time, the Sultanate of Delhi, Alauddin Khilji, had invaded the Chittor in India. Finally, accepting the defeat, the Rajput kings left for hiding the Himalayas with their remaining troops. So, the second attack of Chaubisi Estate, the king of Makwanpur, Digbandhan Sen was kept under the house arrest in the Gorkha during the time period where, in the panic due to the embargo from all the sides of the Kathmandu Valley, the Chaubise estate united together to fight against the Gorkha. The unified troops of the Chaubise estate invaded Harini, Birkot, uh, Dholkot, Dharauli, etc., which was under the control of Gorkha. So, unified troop of Chaubise states could not resist the Gorkha army heading for the counter-attack and dispersed, leaving the battlefield. So, we'll discuss about the victory over the Kirtipur. After the capturing of Farfin, Bode, Kokana, the Gorkhali troops invaded Kirtipur in 1757 AD. The joint attack of the troop of Jayaprakash Malla and people of Kirtipur defeated the Gorkhali troop very badly. The chief of army Kalu Pandit died in the battle. The Gorkhali soldiers like Jivan Thapa and Lata Khatri also died. It was very difficult for Prithvi Narayan Shah to save his life too. After that, the Gorkha defeated Makwanpur at the night of Bhadau 1819 BS. So in the meantime, Prithvi Narayan Shah foiled the attack by the Muslim troops in of Gurgin Khan, who enhanced the enthusiasm and spirit of his troops. Some guns, artillery, etc. of of the defeated Muslim army came to the hands of the Gorkha soldiers. On the Asoj fort 1821 BS, the Gorkhali troop under the command of Surya Pratap Sai invaded Kirtipur for the second time. His eyes were damaged in the war. Daljit Shah was wounded and several Gorkha soldiers died. The survived soldiers saving their life reached to Daha Chowk. Gorkha then invaded Kirtipur suddenly for the third time from the Chaitra 1822 BS and got victory over it. So the victory over Kathmandu. After the victory over Kirtipur, Prithvinarayan Shah made a plan to attack the state of Kathmandu. The Gorkha troop invaded Kathmandu in 1825 BS from three directions: Bhimsenthan, uh, Tudikhel and Nare Devi on the Sunday Bauda Sukla Chaturdashi, Indra Jatra, and on over it. Victory over Lalitpur. In the course of the getting the victory over Lalitpur, Sri Harsha Pandey and was sent up to the Patan as a messenger. The Pradhans, the chief rulers of the Patna surrendered and accepted the rule for the Prithvinarayan Shah. Thus, the Gorkha troops invaded and captured Lalitpur in October 6th, 1764. Victory over Bhaktapur. After the Gorakhpur estate was captured by the after the Gorkha estate had captured the Kathmandu and Lalitpur, the kings of both sides, Jayaprakash Malla and Tej Narasimha Malla, respectively went to the refuge of Ranjit Malla, the king of Bhaktapur. So, Prithvi Narayan Shah asked the king of Bhaktapur to hand over both the kings to him, explaining that it would be a humanitarian to hand over those two who sought refuge for their lives. Ranjit Malla did not accept the request of the Gorkha. So the Gorkha troop invaded Bhaktapur under Kartik Shukla Dawa, Dwadasi and 1826 BS. Finally, all the kings of the valley were surrendered. So Kanwar Chhatris from the Lamjung and Kaski heavily participated in the victory campaign of Prithvi Narayan Shah in the Kosi region of the eastern part. So after the victory of East Prithvi Narayan Shah sent Ramakrishna Kanwar to Paithun while getting the storehouse of gunpowder built there. Kanwar died around the same time of 21st March in 1779 AD. After his death, his 18 years old son Ranjit Kanwar was nominated for the boss of newly won Jumla. So, since he had been able to maintain the peace and good governance there, he was made one of the four ministers of Nepal. Ranjit Kanwar had three sons, Bal Narsingh Kanwar, Balram Kanwar, and Rewant Kanwar. The murder of Rana Bahadur Shah, Sher Bahadur Shah was killed timely by Bal Narsingh Kanwar and was made the minister for his work. His assessors would also get the honor and job like him. The minister Bal Narsingh died on the 4th December 1814. So with this we'll end the Saha dynasty here. So in the next lecture we will discuss about the period of Rana regime. So thank you for watching. Meet you in the next class. Jai Nepal.